What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from Scalar Learning. Hope you're having a good start to your week. It is Monday, and it is a very important week because it is the week for many of you sophomores and juniors. It is the week of the PSAT. So before we start with today's session, I want to talk a little bit very quickly about the PSAT. What is it all about? What does it mean? And the gist of it is, well, let me start by saying this. If you're in 10th grade and you're taking the PSAT, this is truly a practice run, meaning there's no implications to how you do on this test. This is your baseline. This is where you're going to take the test and give it your true all without any preparation. I mean, if you have some preparation, that's all good. No worries. No reason why not to start if you have the desire within you to start prepping. But if you're going to take it now, when you're going to take it this week, doesn't matter. If you're a junior, the equation slightly changes, but not by much. It's still not something I would get nervous for. The only caveat to that is if you are thinking about shooting for a National Merit Scholarship or something like that, then the score does have implications. But outside of that, it doesn't matter as well. So this is a nice opportunity for anybody, sophomores or juniors, but especially sophomores, to just give it their all and see what's up, see what they got. For people who are interested and want to know what's on the PSAT, now look, people say, hey, what's the difference between the PSAT and SAT? Yeah, the PSAT is a little shorter, but otherwise, in terms of content, not much. That being said, there's two PSATs, practice PSATs on the College Board. Today and tomorrow, I'm going to be tackling test 1 from the College Board website to give you guys a heads up on what to expect for the PSAT. So here it is. We got the no calculator section queued up. And as always, I'm taking this test for the first time for real under time settings so you can see how to think and respond and react in real time. Again, I think a lot of people who watch my channel regularly see that when you watch me go through the test and explain it within this time frame, within these bounds, they find it to be really helpful because I'm not just giving you a lengthy explanation. I'm explaining how to do it. And I'm showing you how to do it within the time frame. And that seems to be working wonders for a lot of students, which is amazing, which is heartwarming, which was always my theory. And now to see it being validated is incredible. So without further ado, let's jump into practice test 1, no calculator. We're going to knock that out today. We got the timer set. Now, it's only 17 questions as opposed to 20 on the regular, but the time happens to be the same. It's also 25 minutes. So we're going to set the timer up. 25 minutes. Without further ado, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. A babysitter earns $8 an hour for babysitting 2 children and an additional $3 tip when both children are put to bed on time. If the babysitter gets the children to bed on time, what expression could be used to determine the babysitter earned? So it's 8 per X plus a $3 tip. That's it. Done. The fact that there's 2 kids doesn't matter. $8 an hour for babysitting 2 children. It doesn't say she earns 8 per kid or gets this. These make no sense. Look, she babysits them for 5 hours. She gets $40 plus 3, 43. Done. XY is the solution to the equation above, and y x over y does not equal 0. What is the ratio of x to y? Okay, we just want to isolate x and y. Wait a minute. Yeah, want to isolate x over y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute. I'm going to say 3x plus 3y equals y. Then I'm going to subtract 3y from both sides. 3y from both sides. Why not? 3x equals negative 2y. Then I'm almost got x over y, so I'm going to divide just by y. Boom. Now I've got 3x over y equals negative 2. Now I want to get rid of that 3, so I'm going to divide by 3. Goodbye there. Now I have x over y equals negative 2/3. Done. Number 3, 1/2 x minus 1/4 y blank. Okay, which ordered pair satisfies the system of equations above? Let's get these both in non-fractional form. Multiply the top by 4, so I get 2x, right? 4 times a half is 2, minus 4 times 1/4 is 1, which is y equals 40. Bottom one, I multiply by 8. I get x minus y equals 80 plus 72 is 152. Did I have to do that? Did I have to multiply everything and get rid of the fractions? No, but I don't want to deal with fractions, so I want to do that. Negate the bottom one, multiply by negative 1, and now we add. The y's cancel out. 2x minus x is x. 40 plus negative 152 is negative 112. For the y, it's a. And then if I plug this in, sure, I'll find that this has to be positive 112, negative 264. Yeah, A is definitely right. Okay, next, let's go to numero 40. Triangle ABC above is isosceles with AB equals AC. AB. That's how I mark it when it like kind of goes through lines like that. And BC equals 48. Little geometry problem. The ratio of DE to DF is 5 to 7, so we can call this guy 5x, this guy 7x. What is the length of DC? Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, I know that these two angles, I get it. These two angles are congruent because it's an isosceles triangle, the giant one, and so those two angles must be congruent. Therefore, these right triangles must be similar because of angle, and then obviously this third angle is congruent to this third angle, which means this side is proportionate to this side because they're opposite congruent angles, and also means this side is proportionate to this side. Hold on. So we can set up. Okay, I think I know how to do this. This is all right. So I'm gonna call this y, and I'm gonna call this side 48 minus y. So I'm gonna say that 48 minus y over 7x. That's hypotenuse over big leg. 48 minus. No. 48 minus hypotenuse over hypotenuse. 48 minus y over y. Okay, I'm a little. This one threw me for a loop, but this over this, big triangle over little triangle equals big triangle over little triangle, but these are the big legs, equals 7x over 5x. X's cancel out. Now we only have one variable, 7 over 5. Cross multiply. 7y equals 240 minus 5y. Distribute that. Add 5y to both sides. 12y equals 240. Divide by 12, divide by 12, y equals 20. So this is, I said this is 20, but they want DC, so that's 20. DC is 48 minus 20, which is 28. So 28 is DC. Oh my God. For problem 4, that was pretty crazy. Now, there may be an easier way to do that, which I didn't see right off the bat, but that's my approach. Pretty sure it's right. In a certain game, a player can solve easy or hard puzzles. The player earns 30 for easy and 60 for Y for hard puzzles. Tina solved a total of 50 puzzles, so that means X plus Y, I already know it's a system of equations, X plus Y equals 50, earning a total of 1950 in all. Now, these are my expressions for total points, right? 30 times the game plus 60 times the number of game equals a total of 1,950 points. So we got this. How many hard puzzles did she solve? AKA, I set Y to be hard. So we're going to solve for Y. I'm going to isolate X on the top one and do substitution. Wait. I will do elimination. I'm going to multiply the top equation by negative 30. I could have done substitution, but this will be easier, I think. And then negative 30 times that is 150, 1,500, negative 1,500. Mental math is important on the no calculator. As you can see, it makes things a lot easier. It cancels out. Negative 30y plus 60y is 30y equals 450. Positive divided by 30. Divide by 30. Cross off the zeros. 45 divided by 3 equals 15. So she did 15 hard puzzles. She must have done, how many total did she do? 50, right? So she did 15 hard, 35 easy, which means that, if I can do the math really quickly, 15 hard, that's 600, that's 900, and then 35 times 30 is 900 plus 1,050, and that adds up to 1,950. Boom, it's correct. Okay, numero 6. 2x squared plus 7x minus 15 of r and s are two solutions of the equation above. R is greater than s, which is following is the value of r minus s. Okay, we got to solve, so we're going to factor is the best way to get the solutions, as long as it's factorable, which I'm sure it is at this point. And I can kind of guess that it's factorable because I don't see any weird radicals or anything like that. I could be wrong, but I think it's factorable. Then to get a difference of 7 and multiply negative 15, we do 5. This is just guess and check, but I've done this a lot, so I can do it pretty fast. and it's plus 5 minus 3, because then I get 2x squared, of course, positive 10x, negative 3x, that's my 7x, and then negative 15. So it works. My two solutions are negative 5 and 3 over 2, right? 3 over 2 times this would give me 0. Negative 5 here would give me 0. So those are my two solutions. R is the bigger one, and they said, what's R minus S? R minus this guy. So 3 halves minus negative 5 turns into a plus. 3 halves plus, I'm going to make that 10 over 2, right? Common denominators, and we get 13 over 2. Numero 70. To cut a lawn, Alan charges a fee of $15 for his equipment and $8.50 per hour cutting the lawn. Let's say $8.50x. Taylor charges, so two equations. Taylor charges $12 for his equipment and $9.25 per hour. If x represents, and x is that's chosen perfectly, represents the number of hours spent cutting a lawn, what are the values of x for which Taylor is greater than Alan? Which one is Taylor? Alan and Taylor. So where is this one greater than this one? That's it. Now we solve. And let's get the x's over here. So subtract 8.5. Subtract 8.5x. I'll do this in one step. Subtract 12. Subtract 12. So goodbye. Goodbye. 9.25 minus that is 0.75x is greater than 15 minus that is 3. Divide both sides by 0.75. Divide both sides by 0.75. And we get x is greater than 2, 3, 4. So x is greater than, yeah, which is greater than, it's just 4. And it's obviously not going to be a zone like this. These don't even make sense. Less than is ridiculous because Taylor's charge is greater. Like, obviously, Taylor's cheaper at the beginning, so it's only after a certain number of hours that Taylor will surpass, because we can see at 12 different starting costs, and then there's a 75 cents difference. So we know it's got to be like a greater than, so you could actually have just guessed that, to be honest, without even doing the math, but that's how I like to do it. All right, the equation above is used. 15 minutes left. All right, the equation above is used to model the relationship between number of cups N of hot chocolate sold per day in a coffee shop and the average daily temperature, T, Fahrenheit, whatever. What is the meaning of 3 in the equation? Boom. This is my slope. For every 3 increase, no. There's got to be, it's inverse, a negative slope. It's every increase by 1 of the temperature, the number of cups decreases by 1. I mean, sorry. The number of cups decreases by 3. 3 less. Oh, it's this one. For every decrease of 1 degree Fahrenheit, 3 more cups of hot chocolate will be sold. I can prove that right now. So watch. If I plug in 1, no, let's plug in 10. Sure, why not? If I plug in 10, I get 456 minus 30. And then I get 426. I sold 426. Then I plug in 9, so it's decreased by 1. Then it's 456 minus 27. And then that's 429. And now I sold 3 more cups of coffee. And that makes sense, right? As the temperature gets cold outside, you sell more coffee, whatever, or hot chocolate. A truck enters a stretch of road that drops 4 meters in elevation for every 100 meters along the length of the road. The road is at 1,300 elevation, where the truck enters, and the truck is traveling at 16 meters per second. And what is the elevation of the road in meters at the point where the truck passes t seconds? So it's 1,300 minus, and all those answers have that minus, and then we got to figure this out. So, and it's going how many? 16 meters per second. Hold on a second. I think about this. Oh, shoot, this is confusing. Wait. 16 meters per second. So 4 out of 100. 4 drops 100 equals x. It drops for every 16. 64 equals 100. X divided by 100 divided by 100. So 0.64. So every second it's dropping 0.64. Yeah, that makes sense. Because then in 6 seconds, it's about 100 meters and it's dropped around 4. So I'm feeling like this is my right answer. Here we go. 1300 minus 0.64 t. All right, here we go. Next. F of x minus 1 equals 2 plus 3 for all values of x. What is the value of f of negative 3? Plug and chug. So plug in negative 3 in here. Oh, sorry, negative 3 in here. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. And that's what goes into the function. 2 times negative 4 plus 3, negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. All right, next. Which of the following is equivalent to this? All right, let's distribute. I'm going to write it like this instead. Doesn't matter. Commutative property says I can do that. Now let's distribute. I get s squared over t minus st over t. These cancel out. It's s squared over t minus s. Done. Okay, numero 12. P of x equals blank, blank, blank. The polynomial P of x defined k is a constant. If P of x is divisible by x, what is the value of k? P of x is divisible by x. What does that mean? Okay, I'm going to just distribute because I'm not exactly sure what this means. 3x squared plus 30x plus 15 minus 5x plus 5k. I think I know what it means. Okay, so then this combines with this. We have 3x squared plus 25x and then plus 15 plus 5k. These are the constants and everything else. And they're saying it's divisible by x, which means x can be factored out of the entire thing, which means there should be no constant, which means 15 plus 5k equals 0, which means k has to be negative 3 to zero that out. And that's it. So that's why I always say a lot of times if you're confused and you're stuck, just FOIL or factor, one of the two, and something will occur to you, hopefully. In the xy plane, if the parabola with equation blank passes through point negative 1, 1, which the following must be true. Okay, I'm just going to plug in negative 1 and 1. So 1 goes into y, negative 1 goes into x. So then I get 1 equals, that becomes just a, that becomes minus b plus c. 1 equals a minus b plus c. A. Just plug and chug sometimes and it works, unless I messed something up, but I don't think I did. 1 equals a minus b. That's it. All right. Next, now we're into the free response. 14. For what value of h is 24 equal to blah, blah, blah. All right, solve for h. So I'm going to multiply everything by 10. No, add 6 to both sides. 30 equals h over 10. Multiply by 10, h equals, right? So I'm multiplying both sides by 10. And these 10s cancel out. H equals 300. Boom. Next is, what is the value of a if 2a, blah, 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 blah. Okay, 2a plus 3. Then I'm going to distribute the minus 4a, distribute the minus, plus 8 equals 7. 2a minus 4a is negative 2a, and then 3 plus 8 is 11 equals 7. 2a negative, of course, equals negative 4. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, a equals 2. 16. If x is not equal to 0, what is the value of blank? Simplify. So first, let's square this entire term. So that's 4. That becomes 9x squared over, that becomes 4x squared on the bottom. That's 9. But I'll show you how, why. This cancels out with this cancels out with this, and then it's just 9. Boom, done. These are much easier than the multiple. Multiple choice I thought were pretty hard, actually. If x minus 2 is a factor of x squared minus bx plus b, where b is a constant, what is the value of b? Oof. It's 4, I think. Wait. You know why I think it's 4? Because it doesn't say it's the only factor, But if I make it be x minus 2 times x minus 2, this is the only number that this is the only factor pair that I've seen where when you FOIL it, it's x squared minus 2x plus 4, where it's x squared, where this term is the same as the constant. You see, it's exactly minus b plus b, so b has to be 4. I don't know how you would do this if you don't have a lot of experience with quadratics, but I think a lot of you guys should, just from doing stuff in school and whatnot, but it's a pretty hard problem. I'm pretty sure that's right. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm just going to cut the clock. So we got 7 minutes to spare. Now, if you're actually taking the PSAT, like I actually took the SAT a week ago, I didn't just chill for the rest of this time when I had extra time. I went back and checked my answers. But for the sake of this practice test and exercise, it doesn't matter. Let's stop the clock and let's just check the answer, see if I got anything wrong. And if I did, I shall review it. Did I open it here? Okay. Let's see the score. I preloaded it. Okay, math. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've got A, B, A, D, B, A, D, B. So far, so good. Like this one, I'm pretty sure I got it. Eventually, it was just very hard. I thought it was hard, especially for number 4. That is not, I don't think you'd see that difficulty. No, question 4 on the real one. Sometimes. Okay, B, A, D, B, D. B, A, D, B, D. 11, 12, 13, okay. And then C, A, D. C, A, D, beautiful. All those are correct. Multiple choice is perfect. I saw that 300 there. That's nice. A equals 2, boom, 9. And 4, yeah, okay. So those are all correct. Let's see who's around and who's got some questions. What's up, players? Oh, we got a lot of people. Yo, what's up? I'm a senior and I'm taking the real SAT on Wednesday. Good luck, my friend Jack. I've taken lots of practice tests and shown them on this channel, so make sure to check those out if you can, and that will surely help you with the math portion. College board practice test tomorrow. I mean, I've done so many of them. I'm kind of focusing on the PSAT because most people are taking the PSAT on Wednesday. But check, I've got so many things. Hey, when like I was supposed to do it today, but in lieu, the fact that there's the PSAT this week, I did that in lieu of ACT. But I'm gonna get some in this week. Maybe I'll throw it in on Thursday since I didn't get to do it today. What's the website? The College Board website? It's just collegeboard.org. Hey, Jack, you're very welcome, my friend. Thank you for showing me love. I appreciate it. Taking SAT 2 on November, math level 1. My tip, as always, is to practice like a beast. Watch my videos, see what other videos you can find, other explanations. The more you practice, make mistakes, find those mistakes, and check them out and research them, the less likely you are to repeat them. Number 12. Okay. I don't have a ton of time. I'm going to do my best to explain these before I got to bounce. This one, look, at the end of the day, where you have to connect the dots is the fact that P of X is divisible by X. What the heck are they saying? They're saying that this polynomial, when it's all said and done, you should be able to factor X out of the entire thing. So I didn't realize that at first, but once I foiled, I was like, oh, I know what they mean now. It means that we should be able to factor X out, meaning there should be no constant terms without an X. So once I kind of foiled everything out and got it into this form, I'm like, oh, these are my constants. Because K is a constant, it said, right? So this would represent the whole number at the end or the y-intercept or whatever. That's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to zero out. Well, if I know that, then I know that 15 plus 5K has to equal 0. Now we solve for K, right? And we get K equals -3. 16 more slowly, sure. All right, so watch this. Ready? So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to square that entire term. So the 3x squared, the 3 gets squared to a 9. The x gets squared, of course, to an x squared. And then on the bottom, that whole term, not just the x, the whole term gets squared as well. 2 squared is 4, and that's x squared. Let's actually go ahead and multiply this out, simplified. I didn't do it there. Then that becomes 36x squared over 4x squared. Now we can simplify. A number over itself, x squared over x squared cancels out. Now I just have 36 over 4. 36 divided by 4 is simply 9. And that's it. I did take the October 5th SAT, and I'm going to get it back on Friday. So we'll see how it goes. Number 4, man, can you watch the replay? Because I don't have time. I got to jump in the shower, and I have a meeting in like 25 minutes, and I'm running a little bit late, so I got to roll. But check out the replay. If it still doesn't make sense, hit me up and leave a question in the comment section. If you guys like this video, please click that like button, guys. It helps the channel out tremendously. I really appreciate it when you can do that. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys mañana. I'll post the time later tonight or today, exactly when I will be live streaming, and I'll see you then. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.